Hi, I'm Jennifer Bardot, and I'm the host today as we'll be talking about GRIT. And GRIT stands for Growth, Resilience, Intention, and Tenacity, which leads me to introducing my first guest, Julia Yank. She was in the first book, Owning Your Grit, which was an international bestseller in 8 countries. So, Julia, who is Julia Yank?
Yeah. Well, again, my name is Julia Yank. I am the president of Taylor Roofing, also known as Jim Taylor Inc. in Belleville, Illinois. We're a commercial roofing contractor. We've been around since 1905, and we're a women-owned business. So we work on a lot of large commercial industrial projects in the St. Louis metro area. We're based in Belleville, but we work about 4 hours around the area. So I wanted to be in the first book. I met Jennifer like 3 years ago. Is it over 3 years ago?
Yeah.
And this opportunity came up, and it was an amazing time just because of what was going on in the world. The book was an outlet for me. It kind of tells my story about growing up, just being very independent, and kind of the process of moving around the world and playing sports, and how I found myself as a leader within like team environments, and how that translated into business eventually. So that's kind of what my chapter is about, being a Panther and a Bear. It relates to sports. I played soccer Division I at Missouri State. So it kind of tells that story. And in the end, it talks about how the pandemic really affected my life personally. Unfortunately, it took my father. So that was it was a great outlet for me. I think it's amazing that 40 women came together and put their stories on paper. It's not an easy task, but it was extremely therapeutic and a wonderful experience for me.
Well, what did you learn about yourself when you said it was therapeutic, when you went through that journey of authoring your chapter and during that time of COVID? What did you learn about yourself?
That I'm just extremely independent. I find myself a lot of times kind of watching others and seeing what they're doing constantly, and just finding ways that I can best help them, I guess, succeed in their career lives, friendships, personal lives. That was the biggest part about it, is just realizing how independent I was from a child until now. And what it's like to be a leader is it's challenging. It's hard to be at the top. And going through the process of writing the book kind of made me realize how challenging it was to take over the company business, especially when the world has changed so much. So the first 3 years of being president of the company, or 2 years, were really going through this global crisis and identifying how to best change or not run a business with all of these challenges, and how to support and best empathize with your employees, because things have changed quite a bit. So that was my biggest takeaway from writing the chapter, was just realizing how independent I was and how I'd have to change as being the president of the company and in a new leadership role.
And all I hear is strength and your adaptability to be able to, take on the ownership role as a president during the time of COVID, when the world was totally unpredictable and always changing. So what is some of the lessons, as being such an independent person, what are some of the mantras or the quotes that you live by?
There's so many.
Yes.
Always laugh. I think laughing is one of the best medicines for anything that's going on in the challenges in the world, in your life, with significant others, with friends. Definitely always laughed. Work hard, play hard.
Yeah.
I believe that you should reward yourself if you work extremely hard. So that's a big one. Be empathetic. You never know what's going on in somebody's life. People don't know what's going on in your life at times, and just make sure that you're supportive for all those people, your staff, friends, employees, everything.
Well, I love that. And I'm sure as a leader, that's how you've kind of set the precedence in your company at Taylor Roofing, to have that kind of culture, that gritty mindset to, spotlight those that have done the hard work and continually promote, positive well-being and, like you said, laughter in the culture.
Absolutely.
Empathy.
Yeah, we have a lot. Our staff is amazing. We have people that have been with us for over 30 years. Again, it has been challenging the last few years, just what's happened with construction and supply chain, and we all know about it. We've heard about it many, many times. Things are leveling out now, and we're kind of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and it's been a journey, but obviously we're resilient and made it through, and continue to do major projects in St. Louis that are impactful for the city and all the residents. So it's extremely rewarding to be a part of those projects and see them come to fruition.
And I knew of a few of those that you'd participated in with Rung for Women and the MLS Stadium. So congratulations to you for securing those accounts. That's incredible.
It was definitely my team. But,
Right.
it was a journey, but it's amazing to go to the games, especially at MLS Stadium, just see the excitement in the city and watch the project come to fruition.
So you're talking about culture and retaining talent. What has that been like in the trades? Because I know talent shortage is obviously something we've been talking about for years. So what's that like for you?
Yeah, certainly it's nothing new. There's a huge push, obviously, from, we're a union company, huge push from our union who just built a new facility in St. Louis for training opportunities for apprentices, et cetera, to go through the program. We've seen a shortage. COVID obviously changed it a little bit. Although we were essential workers, we worked most of the time. Some people went into other different industries. And I just think there's the push for education on how beneficial it can be to go into the trades is something that we need to continue to amplify as we go so we can bring in that younger talent. We maintain about field crews of 40 to 60 people every year, so we've been very fortunate. But we need to build that younger talent as people are retiring. Even in the office, estimators are retiring, and we need to get those younger people into the field. So I think it's just an opportunity. Reach out to the union, find out about what kind of opportunities there are, obviously in the roofers union or carpenters or anything along those lines, because you really can set yourself up for success financially in the future. It's extremely hard work, and we appreciate our guys completely and just want to bring more people on to grow our team.
I understand that. I was just on a call the other day with a trade school here locally, and they're saying pretty much anybody in the trades can write their own ticket.
That's correct.
So
That's true.
Hopefully that word will get out, and there won't be a stigmatism behind getting into the trades and seeing it as a lucrative opportunity.
Absolutely. There's a heavy push for it. I just think continuing education is the key.
That's phenomenal. So for a young entrepreneur or for someone who's taking over the role as president, what advice would you give them?
Definitely lean on other leaders, either within or without the industry. I belong to a peer advisory group that has been extremely helpful for me the last couple of years because it's been a roller coaster. So lean into other women, lean into other people. Make sure you listen and take their advice, and I would just say listen to other people.
Yeah.
Find other ways to improve yourself in the leadership role. It's like I said before, it's challenging at the top sometimes, and all eyes are usually on you. So always look to other people for support and listen to their stories about how they overcome some of their challenges and how they built their teams to be successful into the future.
I think that's great advice. So if there's anything else you wanted to share today, what would that be?
No, I just appreciate you facilitating all of this for all the women. I think it's an incredible opportunity and experience. I never thought I would write a chapter in a book. It was definitely, like I said, challenging, but I'm so glad I did it. It was one of those things that you just kind of, not a fear, but something that you overcome.
Right.
Because the process was interesting. I just never thought this opportunity would come alive, and I really appreciate you giving me the chance and everything that you're doing for all the people that are involved and the continuing growth, if you will, of the grit.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, and I appreciate that. And I was thrilled when we were connected through Carrie Burgraff and became friends, and then you decided to participate along this journey with me and have never left my side. So
Yeah,
thank you for
absolutely.
being a friend, and I love seeing your success with your company and your organization, and thank you for being here today.
Same to you. I appreciate it, Jen. Thank you.